TimothyCWinegard, The Horse, A Galloping History of Humanity. Embark on a fascinating journey through time and across continents in I, The Horse, A Galloping History of Humanity by TimothyCWinegard. This book unravels the extraordinary story of how horses, beginning as small, forest-dwelling creatures in North America, evolved to become powerful catalysts of change throughout human history. From their pivotal role in the conquest and unification of territories by legendary figures like Alexander the Great and Genghis Khan to their indispensable contribution in agricultural and industrial revolutions, horses have continually shaped and reshaped human societies. Dive into the intriguing chapters of how they transformed warfare, powered empires, revitalized Native American cultures, and enabled urban and rural development. These themes illustrate a profound interconnectedness between humans and horses, highlighting both our shared history and the enduring bond that continues to influence modern times.
Evolution of the horse. Journey back 55 million years to a time when the horse's story began in the lush, dense forests of North America. The earliest horses, known as Eohippus or dawn horse, resembled small, dog-sized creatures with multiple toes, perfectly adapted to browsing leaves. However, as climates shifted and grasslands began to dominate landscapes, these remarkable animals evolved to thrive. Over millions of years, they grew larger, their toes fused into single-toed hooves designed for speed, and their teeth became well-suited for grazing tough grasses. Around 2 to 3 million years ago, adventurous horse species embarked on a remarkable migration across the Bering Land Bridge into Asia, eventually spreading throughout Europe and Africa. Strangely, while they flourished on these new continents, they disappeared from their original North American habitat about 10,000 years ago, possibly due to climate changes and human hunting pressures. The 19th century marked a pivotal era with the emergence of fossil hunting as a scientific pursuit. The period is typified by the vicious competition known as the Bone Wars, primarily between paleontologists Othniel Charles Marsh and Edward Drinker Cope. Their rivalry, though at times underhanded, led to numerous fossil discoveries, including those of horse ancestors. Marsh stood out with his exceptional contributions to piecing together the evolutionary puzzle of the horse, gathering fossils that documented a clear lineage from small forest dwellers to robust grassland runners. His discoveries, particularly from the rich fossil beds of Nebraska's White River Badlands and Wyoming's Wind River Basin, lent tangible support to Darwinian theories of gradual evolutionary change. When Marsh shared his findings with Charles Darwin, the famed naturalist was thrilled by this evidence of evolution through natural selection. Yet, as more research unfolded, it became clear that horse evolution was not the straightforward progression it first appeared to be. Instead of a linear path, it was a complex, branching tree, filled with evolutionary offshoots and dead ends. Despite these complexities, the saga of the horse remains a fascinating tale of adaptation and resilience. From its origins in North American forests to its spread across Eurasian grasslands, and its eventual reintroduction to the Americas with European colonizers, the horse has left an indelible mark on ecosystems and human cultures. Its evolutionary trek is not just a testament to survival and adaptability but also to the profound interconnection between nature and human development. Hooves of History. Imagine the pivotal moment when a human first dared to ride a horse. It was a leap into the unknown that forever altered human destiny. This boldness, possibly initiated by a fearless youth thousands of years ago, marked the beginning of a new era. By the time ancient texts like the Book of Revelation featured the iconic four horsemen, horses had become deeply embedded in the human psyche and warfare. The Romans, with their mastery of horsemanship and chariots, expanded their empire across Europe and North Africa. Yet, it was in the East that horse-driven warfare truly soared. Alexander the Great, riding his legendary horse Bucephalus, led daring cavalry charges that turned the tide in countless battles. This dynamic duo crafted an empire from Greece to India, using sheer speed and force to dismantle enemy lines. Fast forward a few centuries, and another unparalleled horseman arises from Central Asia. Marcus Khan and his Mongol warriors lived in symbiosis with their horses. They relied on these animals for survival, consuming mare's milk, donning horsehide armor, and using every part of the horse in daily life. The Mongol cavalry, seemingly born in the saddle, was a death-dealing whirlwind. They maintained breathtaking speeds by switching mounts, and their ability to shoot arrows with precision while galloping was unrivaled. Under the leadership of Genghis Khan and his successors, the Mongols surged to create the largest contiguous land empire known to history. Their reign was destructive yet inadvertently beneficial, as they unified the Silk Road. This vast network of trade routes, extending from China to the Mediterranean, thrived under Mongol stewardship, enabling an extraordinary flow of goods, knowledge, and cultures across extensive landscapes. Historians dubbed this period the Pax Mongolica, during which horses became the backbone of commerce and diplomacy. They were indispensable for transporting traders and ambassadors across continents. Whether through the thunderous cavalry of Alexander or the rapid raids of the Mongols, horses were not simply vehicles of war, they were architects of empires. They enabled conquerors to achieve greatness and forged connections among distant civilizations. Through these magnificent creatures, the world as it was known was redrawn, illustrating horses' profound impact beyond the battlefield, bridging gaps and rewriting history. Equine Renaissance. Horses have a unique tale of exile and remarkable return to North America. They originally evolved there, vanished 10,000 years ago, and dramatically re-emerged with the arrival of Spanish conquistadors in the 16th century. These conquistadors reintroduced horses to the continent, releasing and losing many that formed wild herds across the Great Plains. This reintroduction ignited a profound transformation among Native American tribes, particularly for the Comanche, who embraced horse culture with groundbreaking enthusiasm. Known as the Lords of the Plains, the Comanche developed sophisticated equestrian skills and breeding practices that emerged from their revolutionary embrace of horses. Their innovations included using horses as shields during battle, a tactic that transformed warfare tactics. The horse became central to hunting, enabling mounted hunters to efficiently hunt buffalo and fundamentally alter food acquisition. Horses didn't just influence warfare, they expanded trade and communication, allowing tribes to travel over vast distances and buoying economic and cultural exchanges. Spiritual and cultural landscapes also shifted, with many tribes weaving horses into their traditions and religious ceremonies. For example, the Lakota's intricate horse dances paid homage to their spiritual bond with these majestic creatures. However, the return of horses brought challenges, heightened competition for resources, altered social dynamics, and sometimes, amplified intertribal conflicts. Despite these challenges, horses profoundly reshaped the human landscape, transforming societies, warfare, and spirituality itself. This equine renaissance is a testament to the far-reaching impact a single species can have on human civilization, illustrating how horses reshaped North American life upon their dramatic return to the land of their ancestors. Equine engines of progress. Imagine a world where the rhythmic clatter of hooves drove human innovation. Horses, alongside donkeys and mules, were the unsung heroes behind the transformation of both agriculture and industry. This pivotal contribution began with a simple yet revolutionary invention in the 8th century, the horse collar. Before this, harnesses restricted horses' breathing, but the collar freed them to exert their full strength, making farming more efficient. Paired with the heavy plow, horses could churn through rich, deep soils faster than oxen, leading to lush harvests that nurtured larger populations and fueled urban expansion. The agricultural surge, harnessed by equine power, set the stage for Europe's ascent on the global stage. But the influence of horses didn't stop at fields. They galloped into industrial sectors, hauling goods in wagons and canal boats, and propelling mills to grind grain, cut wood, and extract water from mines. Even before steam engines became the emblem of the Industrial Revolution, horsepower was the driving force. In textile factories, the strength of horses rotated colossal wheels that spun looms and jennies, while in mines, their might lifted coal from the depths. Cities too felt the hoofbeat of progress. Horse-drawn omnibuses were the precursors to modern public transit systems, as demand surged in urban centers across the globe. Britain alone boasted over 300,000 working horses by the 19th century, and the rural American landscape was similarly transformed, with horse numbers ballooning from 4 million to a staggering 21 million between 1850 and 1900. Mules, renowned for their robust constitution, were indispensable in construction endeavors, most notably in the massive undertaking of the Erie Canal, a project that redefined American trade routes. Horses didn't just contribute their strength, they catalyzed innovation in manufacturing. The creation of standardized, interchangeable parts for horse-drawn vehicles laid critical groundwork for the mechanized future. Even as steam and later electricity emerged, rendering animal power seemingly obsolete, horses remained integral to infrastructure. They moved raw materials to power stations and transported finished goods to bustling railheads. Remarkably, as the 20th century dawned, horses and mules still supplied a staggering 90% of the power for American agriculture, underscoring their unparalleled impact on the relentless drive of human advancement. From hooves to wheels. In the late 1800s, bustling metropolises like London and New York thrived on the back of horses, the unsung engines of urban life. These cities were teeming with thousands of working horses, each producing significant amounts of manure, which posed formidable logistical challenges. To combat the constant threat of disease and impassable streets, a dedicated force of street cleaners, famously known as White Wings in New York, labored diligently to maintain sanitation. Despite their efforts, inclement weather turned roads into treacherous sludge. Supporting this vast equine workforce was a formidable infrastructure woven into the city's very fabric. Stables occupied valuable real estate, farriers and blacksmiths held indispensable roles, and a vibrant industry of grooms, stable hands, feed stores, hay markets, and carriage makers thrived. However, the 1894 Great Horse Manure Crisis underscored the unsustainable nature of horse-driven urban life, predicting streets overwhelmed by layers of manure. This crisis ignited a quest for alternatives, heralding the era of the automobile. Initially, cars and horses awkwardly shared city streets, the earlier chaos gradually ceded to the swift dominance of automobiles by the 1920s. This seismic shift reshaped cities, allowing stables to give way to garages and new construction. Sanitation improved markedly, and cities expanded beyond the limitations of horse-based transport. Yet, the embrace of automobiles introduced new urban challenges, such as traffic congestion, air pollution, and urban sprawl, altering city planners' priorities. The deep bond between people and animals faded, transforming the essence of urban life forever. The horse's new chapter. Transitioning from essential partners in work to facing potential extinction, horses saw their numbers in the United States plummet from 21 million to 3 million between 1900 and 1960. Those who survived often endured harsh conditions, yet this drastic change in their economic role ignited a renaissance of their relationship with humans. Horses began serving as agents of healing, aiding in physical and mental health through therapeutic programs that harnessed their calming influence and intuitive nature. Spiritually, horses reclaimed a vital presence, as Native American tribes and New Age thinkers alike found in them a source of connection and wisdom. Meanwhile, the role of horses blossomed into new arenas. Their participation in equestrian sports like show jumping and dressage captivated audiences worldwide, while trail riding in urban parks offered city residents a deeper bond with nature. Conservation efforts for wild horses gained momentum, especially following the enactment of the Wild Free Roaming Horses and Burros Act of 1971, which safeguarded these creatures on public lands. Horses now stand as living testaments to our history, valued not for their labor alone, but as intelligent and sensitive beings that enrich our lives and shared heritage.
TimothyCWinegard's insightful narrative on the history of the horse offers a detailed canvas of their essential role in human progress. As the saga unfolds, we witness the horse's transformation from a vital tool of transport and trade to a symbol of spiritual and therapeutic connection in modern society. Their story reflects a profound impact on the world's cultural and technological advancements, underscoring the adaptive and resilient nature of horses and humans alike. Winegard's account serves as a reminder of the continuous evolution of our relationship with these majestic creatures. Today, as we face new challenges and opportunities, understanding the historical significance of the horse can inspire a greater appreciation for their role, not just as animals of versatility and strength, but as enduring partners through the epochs of human development. This connection enriches our history and promises a shared future, guided by mutual respect and understanding.